Hey, peoples. I want to share some information with y'all about brake fluid, and this is for cars, motorcycles. You know, I work on Harley Davidson motorcycles, and I'm very successful of it, rebuilding the Harley, 4 speed, 5 speed, transmissions. Never rebuilt one of the 6 speeds, though. I avoid the later model stuff after like 2012. I avoid it deliberately. I'm not impressed with it at all. But your twin cam, evolution, shovels, you know, my favorites are the shovels and the evolutions. It's a lot less BS and it will last longer, people. But my point today, I just made 3 videos about the rear caliper and the rear brakes master cylinder by your foot pedal for a 1997 Harley Davidson Fat Boy. Okay, you can look on my channel and you can see them. You can get some education to where I illustrate with the master cylinder for the Fat Boy, for the rear brakes. I illustrate the parts, how they assemble, how to do it the right way. Okay, now that same Harley Fat Boy, I rebuilt the front brakes caliper, and the master cylinder was still good in it up by the handlebars, still good. So I let it be. But of course, when I rebuilt the caliper and changed my brake pads on the front brakes on this fat boy, I drained all the brake fluid out of it. So I don't know if they have the standard DOT 5 in it, which costs 4 times as much as DOT 3 or not. I don't know if they did. But I've always had good luck on Harleys that I have. Let me show you something. People say, "Oh no, you can't do that." Yes, you can. Look at this. DOT 3, people. DOT 3, just like it's used in cars. You can use in these motorcycles, people. If they're under warranty, don't do it. It could void your warranty. Go ahead and spend a bunch more money and keep an extra half pint of DOT 5, or whatever. I mean, $20 for what? Uh, a half pint, 4 ounces of DOT 5. You can get a quart of DOT 3 like I have here. This was like $8.25. It was put out by SuperTech. That's what I use. The cheapest brand is just as good because, there's federal regulations on this stuff for people's safety, man. They can't make this to be crap. It has to be as good as the highest brake fluid because of federal regulations, man. The DOT 3. That's what you use. And, that's been like 4 years ago. Went back with DOT in the front brakes of my Harley Fat Boy, and those are the brakes I use the most is the front brakes. Very responsive, quick, it stops well. And if I wanted to, I could squeeze on that and lock it down if a car slammed on their brakes in front of me. Same for the rear brakes. And I just rebuilt my rear caliper on this fat boy, rebuilt the master cylinder. So, all the rubber, the O-rings and the rubber plunger, and the master cylinder for the rear brakes. I mean, this was replaced, all new. I showed you, demonstrated in 3 videos. All right. I went back with this DOT3. DOT3. Here's the 2 reasons why they say You can't use that in a motorcycle. Okay. Number one, they're saying it attracts moisture. Well, people, that is bullshit. It's bullshit. Sure, it may attract moisture. As to where silicone brake would, a DOT 5 may not attract moisture. But people. It's just like in cars, even expensive cars. A brake system in a car or a motorcycle, it's sealed. It's sealed, people. It can't attract moisture if it's sealed because these tests were done, on these brake fluids to where it's sitting in the atmosphere, open to the atmosphere, exposed to the atmosphere. People, your brake system is sealed. It's not going to get moisture in it. All the cars I've had, man, I'm age 68. All the damn cars I've had in my life, and I've used DOT 3. I've never had a damn problem, man, ever with this. DOT 3, it's the best fluid to use. Quit wasting all this money. Marketers are just messing with your head. The other reason they say you have to use DOT 5 because they say DOT 3 only protects up to 310 degrees Fahrenheit. People, this DOT 3 that I use in my Harleys and my cars, my trucks, it handles up to 310 degrees Fahrenheit. Why the hell would your brake caliper ever get above 310 degrees? Do you know how hot that is? My God, anything past 310 degrees would actually melt the fucking O-rings and a caliper and a master cylinder. And your master cylinders are away from the heat. And on a motorcycle, your calipers on the rear wheel, and especially the front, they're wind cooled. The caliper is exposed to the atmosphere as far as the metal part. It's going to run cooler than the calipers in a car. It's going to run cooler. And still, even today, automobiles call for DOT 3 brake fluid. So why would a motorcycle need a DOT 5? See, this is just racketeering. I wanted to share this with y'all. You know, do with it what you want to, but don't ever mix the two together. Like, if you buy a motorcycle, the brakes are good. If you have to add to it, add the DOT 5. Being that's probably what the previous person put in it because they're complying to the program, whatever. They're inside the box. But if you ever rebuild a caliper, hell, go back with DOT 3. Quit wasting all that money. The DOT 3 actually, I think, works better than the DOT 5. It's fine. Don't worry that it's supposed to attract moisture. And DOT 5 is designed not to attract moisture because the system is sealed off, people. You're not going to attract moisture in your brake fluid if the system is sealed off. How's the air going to get to it? If air itself, just air itself, whether it's DOT 3 or DOT 5, where moisture would reside, hell, your brakes would fail from the leak alone. You follow? Yeah, use DOT 3 like I do. My brakes work fine, man. They work fine. Now, the other thing I wanted to talk about, people waste money with dielectric grease. They'll put it on the plugs that go to their coils and their injector. People. Here's what dielectric grease is. I'm gonna show you something. You see this right here? I bought this from Family Dollar Store. Petroleum jelly. petroleum jelly, Vaseline. A lot of you notice Vaseline, which Vaseline is petroleum jelly. See, this right here is cheap. You can get this for about $1, $1.50 in a dollar store. Or it's even cheap at a Walgreens or a CVS pharmacy. Cheap. This is dielectric grease right here. It's the same thing. But wasting money on these products, man. You're just making damn fools out of yourself. You know, this Vaseline petroleum jelly is a non-conductor. It's a non-conductor. It also resists corrosion and moisture, by the way, to your electrical line. Vaseline, man. I'll tell you something else, man. You know, I sweat a lot. I do a lot of work. Vaseline, like this right here. I rub it between my toes. It will prevent fungi and athlete's feet. Because see, the parasites of athlete's feet that get between your cuticles of your toes and between your toes, do you know they won't crawl through this shit? This will suffocate you. Here you go. You know, there's so many things, you know, people are being made fools of. So you've allowed what you people have done on motor oils and products. You've allowed marketers, salespeople to make a lot more money off of you. You've allowed them to BS your mind, to put fear in your mind, and you believe things that are not true. I mean, think about it. My Harley Fat Boy, or one of my Harleys. How are those brakes any different than my 89 Cadillac, my 98 Dodge Ram, my 2005 Lincoln, or my '02 Ford F-150 Crew Cab? How are they any different? How are they any different? And actually, they're going to run even cooler. It's the same thing. It's the same thing, people. DOT free. And look at the weight that those brakes have to bring to a stop in those four-wheel vehicles I just mentioned. Look at all that weight. But on the motorcycle, you don't have all that weight. You got wind blowing on those cars. You see? Anyway, you know, have a good day. And as I always say in my video, remember, you matter. You're special. You count. Jesus Christ is our Father, our Savior in heaven, and is the way. That is the way, people, Jesus Christ. I've known a lot of people that have died in this life, people younger than myself, only if they had known Jesus Christ. 'Cause where do you think they are right now? Think about it. Think about it. Anyway, later, later.